Now I reckon this could well be the road trip to end all road trips. Right now we are just about here at a place called Portimao, specifically at the Autodromo Internacional, Algarve, which is a very, very long way indeed from England. In fact, it's about 2,300 kilometres from England. But we should be all right though, because we've got one of these to do it in. Right then, I've just been absolutely thrashed around Portimao circuit by one Jensen Button in the new McLaren. A bit of a hair-raising experience it was too. And now I'm going to drive it for the next, what, 3.5, 4 days. Basically, McLaren have allowed us to become part of the sign-off process for the new MP4 12C. It's nothing like nothing I've ever done before. I'm pretty excited about it. I don't know where to start with this car. It's just amazing. I've been driving it for about half an hour, 40 minutes, just bumbling down the motorway in Portugal, minding my own business, which is not easy to do when you're in a McLaren and everybody wants to kind of take a photograph of it and waves at you, which is really nice actually. This car is just extraordinary to be on a motorway. I mean, we're talking about a 600 horsepower mid-engine supercar that will do 206 miles an hour, 0 to 60 in 3.1 seconds or something utterly ludicrous like that. And yet I am sitting here in a really comfortable seat, feeling completely comfortable behind the wheel. The steering wheel is not kind of bubbling around unnecessarily in my hands. It's a one-finger car. You sit here like this. No worries. Right, as you can see, it's very early and very cold. We're still in Portugal, but we're a lot further north than we were in Portugal last night. We're heading for Bordeaux-ish today, about 500-600 miles. C'est la vie. Right, it's just a bit of car journalism that you don't necessarily get to see every day. Stanley, our photographer there, is wandering about taking various pictures of the McLaren in this nice old setting in the middle of nowhere in Portugal, and I get to press the flash button. So what do we think of the way it looks? Well, I've got to be honest, to begin with, I wasn't that enamoured with it actually. It kind of has a slight generic supercar look to it, but having spent a day with it now, and in silver, it's definitely growing on me. And it's really nicely proportioned. You put it in a place like this and all the locals come out and they can't believe what they're looking at. Yeah, it's definitely growing on me. I'm definitely liking it more. This car is just sensational. It just gets better and better. I'm falling for it more with every hour, every minute that I spend in it. Done just under 1,300 kilometres now. Still think it's fantastic, but the air conditioning's just packed up. That's what we're here for. To discover and report back gremlins before they get passed on to the customer. Right, that is the end of day 2. And that is probably one of the weirdest sights that you're ever going to see, really, having driven a McLaren for 800 miles across Portugal and Spain. Anyway, goodbye sheep. Day 3, we're going off to Bordeaux and then Le Mans, so see you there. Key question: would you have one of these instead of a 458? Okay, let's go through it. The McLaren is faster than the 458. It could, I suspect, run rings around it on a track, and will run rings around it on a track when we compare them. It stops better than the 458. It steers better than the 458. It is not as good looking as a 458, and that is where it starts to get subjective and a bit weird and a bit difficult to judge. Because as soon as you introduce emotions into the argument, whether it's sound, style, smell, history, the 458 comes right back into the argument. My answer, despite all that, despite the Ferrari's extra emotion, is go for the McLaren. Why? Because it is absolutely fantastic to drive. Oh dear, there's a policeman on the other side of the toll and he's looking at me rather suspiciously. Oh no, I'm about to get pulled. Bonjour.
Parlez français?
Petit peu.
Where are you coming from?
I'm coming from Portugal. Here we go. I hope they don't get the marigolds out. What do you reckon? Massive wheel spin? Au revoir. All they wanted to do was look at the car. Now then, that tells you a lot. They really liked it as well. That was great. That was superb. So driving a McLaren back from Portugal to England, we could not go to Le Mans. And here we are. Here I am in a McLaren at the end of the start-finish straight at Le Mans. It is such a good circuit. All right, I'm only going at about 10 miles an hour, but this is about as close as I'm ever going to get to driving a McLaren at Le Mans. Feels pretty good, even at 10 miles an hour. So, in the sign-off process, what's wrong? What are the niggles, if any, electronically? There's a little bit of a problem with this window. Oh, look, fault! The window won't go up. The engine start light, although they've turned it off now, basically because I thought it was a bit bright. You can't really tell in the daylight, but at night time it was absolutely like a kind of laser beam being shone into your eyes, I thought. So they've turned that off, which is good. They've listened. I don't know whether that'll happen on the production car. I also don't find the electric seats, the switches for the electric seats, I just don't find them very intuitive. Well, that's it. We made it. We're at the tunnel. 2,410 kilometres after setting off 3.5 days ago in the new McLaren MP4 12C. We've made it from Portugal to the coast. I'm gutted, actually. I'm absolutely gutted that this is over, finished. I'm never going to do anything like this ever again, I don't think. It's such a privilege to have been invited to do it by McLaren. So thank you very much indeed, McLaren. Thank you for anyone else that's basically been listening as we've been going along. Wow, quite sad actually, but you know what the best thing is? This car is just brilliant, amazing. I really do think this is the best car I've ever driven. And the best thing of all is, it's British.